I suppose, the option of putting him on their list next year.
Get you a tip as the players get into position. The Bays here at home against the Crows.
Look, I think Glenelg will be a bit too strong, so I'm sort of tipping around 6 to 7 goals, I think, next.
Yeah, I'm with you, I think, Robbie, about a 5 or 6 goal win to the home side against the Crows side, which has some good players. And we see Cameron Ellis-Yeoman in the middle there shaking hands. But I just think the Bays might be a little bit too strong as we're underway in the first quarter. Round 18 of the SANFL Maccas League retro round. And Wilson gets the first kick for the Crows. High out towards the outer wing. Nicholson's going to get there for the Bays and bang it on the boot. Chance for Scharenberg. He's tackled strong, got a handball out. But Adelaide will come up with it and drive it forward through Gibson. Himmelberg lurking at 50, knocked away from him. Chance for the Bays. Chain of handballs as they come across the face of goal. Dangerous in the end. Very dangerous, as the mark has been taken by Davis for the Crows at the top of the goal score. I was just watching them come across the face there, Robbie, and I thought, oh, this could end very, very badly.
Well, yeah, especially when it comes off the inside of your ankle, I suppose, and I don't think Benny Davis was expecting that either. It was the right option. It was just an execution thing in going for the switch.
And Davis kicks the goal, and the Crows get the first one on the board. A minute gone here at the Bay, and the Crows 1 straight 6. Glenelg yet to score.
Well, you don't want to give away too many freebies, John. So, and that's usually, especially on a smaller ground like Glenelg. But that's a good start, and Benny Davis will certainly be happy with that, and so will the Crows. So, yeah, Glenelg will be really keen to get this centre clearance, make sure they can get some deeper entries, and put that out of their mind and get on with the job again.
So that was Chris Curran. He's usually so very good in defence for the Bays. With the error on that occasion, he'll bounce back from that. But the Crows with the early goal on the Telstra scoreboard. They're 1 straight 6. Bays yet to score as White won it down. Handball from Ellis-Yeoman taken by Wilson. Now the kick from Gibson puts Adelaide back towards half forward. Good defensive mark. Chalmers on this occasion taking the grab for the Tigers deep in their defensive zone. He looks up. Not a great deal on offer. Wants to kick out towards that outer side wing. And we'll go in that direction now. Pack forms, knocked down by White. Coming through, Crumming nicely there, getting the handball up. And White, big kick, long kick inside 50. Marini there, the boy from Adelaide Uni, had it, lost it. Chance for the Tigers. Ubergang goes short towards the pocket. Malira running on, but it'll beat them all out of bounds. And Gibson should take the free kick in the right back pocket for the Crows. He goes across the face, and Malira diving in. Ian Malira taking a wonderful mark there, just diving in front of Edwards. Couple of kicks across goal. Malira plays on right to the goal line, where Terry Malira traps it on the bootlace level and kicks it through. It did not look pretty. In fact, it was damn awkward at times. But the Bays get their first 1 straight 6. A piece now here at the Bay. We've gone 3 minutes in this first term, and that first goal, courtesy of Terry Malira, was thanks to Bone Timber, providing quality timber since 1919, a 5th generation family business. But the Malira boys combining very well nicely in the end there, Robbie, to get the goal.
Yeah, as well as Enswell's, I suppose. But you would probably like Ian just to go back and slot that one from 20 metres out. But they got the goal in similar fashion to the Crows. Well done, the Bays.
So on the Telstra scoreboard, it's 1 straight 6 apiece. Kick towards half forward. Sawford didn't sit for him. Malira was good. That was Ian to Sawford. Short from that player finds Motlop, and Glenelg get another shot inside 50 on the goal as Marlon Motlop from a North Adelaide and power player bobs up and takes the grab about 35 out straight in front.
And just prior to that goal from Ian Malira, I reckon it's Carl Nicholson who's come off the oval, John, and he's just being worked on by the physio at the moment. So I don't know whether he's got a soft tissue injury or whether it's a heavy cork. But we'll be able to hopefully find out a little bit more a bit later on.
A wobbly kick from Motlop. It was wobbly, but it was straight, and that's all it needed to be. Glenelg take the lead for the first time this afternoon. They're 2 straight 12. Adelaide 1 straight 6. And on the scoreboard, that's the Telstra scoreboard on the time clock. We've gone 4 minutes in this first quarter. It's pretty much goal for goal here, Robbie.
Yeah, that's right. And it's an interesting oval too, John. With it, you certainly don't want to turn over the footy and have shallow entries inside 50 because transition can be quite quick and you can get caught out. So, no, very important to make the most of your chances on this small oval.
And that's to Marlon Motlop. They're playing game number 89. That was his 50th SANFL goal as Ellis Yeoman from the centre. Long kick finds Davis, who kicked the first goal from the Crows after he got a surprise short pass from Chris Curran kicking across the face of goal. Landed in Davis's lap at the top of the goal square. This one a bit harder, it's fair to say. But Davis confidently lining up. The man on the mark, young Slade, he's about 40 out. Davis will kick from just inside 50. Nice kick off the boot, but just drifts to the right. Quite a bit in the end. Through for the first behind of the game. Adelaide 1-1-7. Glenelg 2 straight 12. 5 gone first term on the Telstra scoreboard. As it's going to be Chalmers to do the kicking in. High kick back out towards half-back. Knocked down. Glenelg get the quick kick out of their zone from McCarthy towards the wing. Trapped nicely by Fogarty on his old stamping ground. Got the handball out. And the Crows can go inside 50. Himmelberg caught behind on that occasion, though, and Proud, who is such a strong defender, takes a very nice grab down there in that left back pocket. He goes short to Joseph, the former Carlton player, who chips it up. And now it's with the skipper in Bradley in the right back pocket. Northern end of the ground, Kernahan end. Of course, it's retro round, as we said, in the 80s, and Stephen Kernahan. What a great product of Glenelg he was. 1985 Premiership player, 1985 Jack Odie medalist. It's a kick towards half-back, off hands. Ian Malira was good. Kicks towards the wing, and a very nice little mark by Hosey, who was a real talent. Don't you worry about that. Lockie Hosey, he kicks towards half-foot over the head of Ellis Yeoman. Asafa got it out with the handball. Close had it, lost it for the Bays. Now it's White tackled. Ellis Yeoman got involved again. Chance for the Crows to clear. Handball just over the head of Marini, and Glenelg will get the free at half forward through Hosey. So the Bays looking to go inside 50 again. They lead by 5 points. Early days, first term, long kick. Right idea. Ubergang spoiled at the last second. Handball came out. Ellis Yeoman's been busy. Got it out there to Asfahar towards the wing. Off hands went his kick. Diving in there was Haddon. Got it up to Jarman. And now the quick kick from Ward up towards 50. Bouncing football. Pardon me, that was Connolly. Off hands, Joseph took it nicely. Got it to Chalmers. Back to Joseph, but out of play. Left forward pocket for the Crows. And bit of end-to-end footy at the moment, Robbie. No one scoring at this second, but the ball pinballing back and forth. Yeah, and they've been a little bit sloppy off foot, I think, both teams, and it doesn't seem to be too breezy out there, so that shouldn't be impacting anything. But I think both teams just sizing each other up and getting used to proceedings. Hunter won it down in the ruck. Signorello there, but Glenelg may clear. Snook's kick partly smothered. Ricocheted to Connolly, who's tackled to ground, and there'll be a ball up at 50 for Adelaide. They got the first goal of the game. Glenelg got the next two. As here's a chance for Wilson. Puts him to the top of the goal square. Himmelberg caught behind. Crumb nicely, Paholke. Got it off to Haddon. Gibson now curls this one round the corner and kicks the goal for Adelaide. Back to a 1 point ball game. As Adelaide take the lead. 2-1-13. Glenelg 2 straight 12. We've gone 8.5 minutes in this first quarter, and a nice little goal there from Gibson. Yeah, it was. It was a really good finish, and it was a nice little handball there too, I think, from Dougie Haddon to he could have had a rush snap himself, but he was able to free up Gibson, who was able to get into his vision in the wicket-keeper position out the back, and it was a fantastic finish to get the second goal for the Crows, and they hit the lead by a point. So back in the middle, it's going to be Jesse White, the former Sydney player, up against Hunter. White did it, knocked that one out to Sawford. Always industrious, goes inside 50. Ubergang couldn't take it. Ground level there, Malira working hard. That's Ian. He's tackled, and the ball up will result. about 40 out from the Tigers' goal.
Got himself in a really good crumbing position there, Ian Malera, and just to get themselves in good crumbing positions is also providing really good tackling pressure as well from that same position.
Jarman got the handball out. Umpire's whistle is gone. Crows will take advantage at defensive 50. The kick there from Gibson towards the outer wing. It's marked by Paholke. Paholke's got it for Adelaide. Wants to show some dash. He does. Inside 50. Haddon just couldn't complete the mark. Chalmers got the handball out. Crows intercepting though through Hunter. Now Paholke again from just inside 50. Long kick just away to the left. Behind results. Adelaide by 2 points. 10 minutes gone first term. As Joseph, wasting no time, will bring it back into play. Goes long out towards halfback. Ubergang up there, seems to be everywhere as Terry Malera does it nicely off hands. Kick over the head of the intended target. Swooping in there was Ian Malera. He was well tackled. Ball in dispute. Lonergan knocked it out only as far as Nicholson. Good to see him back out there. And now Sawford with the high kick towards half forward. Bounces once and out of play and should result in a free kick down here to the Crows. And that will go the way of Jordan Boyle, who just chips it short. And Adelaide work it round to half back. They lead the contest by 2 points. As off half back goes Thorellison with the kick towards half forward. Nearly the mark completed. And then I think the free's going to be paid. It is. Adelaide will get it through Lorna on that outer wing. Blake Lorna with the footy. Kicks inside 50 where the pack formed all on his own in the end. Curran able to get up right in between the two sort of mini packs. They sort of split and Curran was in the middle, took the mark. He's away with the kick to McCarthy. He's got it defensive 50. Off half back now. He brings the base towards half forward. Ian Malera got in front of his opponent, got it out there towards Snook. Snook's kick is a beauty and Hosey takes it on the chest, lace out. Excellent delivery there from Matthew Snook.
Yeah, it certainly was. And Hosey, some really good preliminary movement off the footy as the ball was travelling between the arcs, and he set his defender up to fail. But it's probably an important oval not to kick sort of too long between the arcs, John. It's one of those ones where if you can break it up with just your little short 45s and then get some rebounding, get some deeper entries from that, it usually catches the defenders out with some one-on-ones deep.
Lockie Hosey with the kick, got close to the man on the mark, didn't matter. He's a talent, this young man, 21 years of age. He's got all the goods. He gets the bays third. They go to 3 straight 18. Adelaide 2-2-14. And we've gone 12 minutes in this first quarter. He really does have some skill about him, Lockie Hosey. His first goal for the afternoon.
Absolutely, and he's a 186 centimetre forward, and you can see him if he can also play as that outside mid and play a bit further up the ground as well. He's just got so much talent, and he was a talented junior a number of years ago, and AFL clubs were certainly watching him during those periods. He's a player of enormous talent.
Was back in the middle. Motlop off the ground. High kick inside 50. Ubergang, couple of juggles. Couldn't take the mark. Gibson at ground level. Tackled by Ubergang. The umpire says we'll have it. And there'll be a ball up. Almost something and nothing there with the Motlop kick off the ground. Ruckman to wrestle each other out of the contest. Charging in there, Ellis Yeoman. Crows player tackled strongly. And the umpire will ball this one up. As that was Earlham getting up off the bottom of the pack. Umpire's gone to ground. Ubergang got a fingertip on it in the ruck, but a pack forms, not able to get a clean handball out. Ball sort of spills out the back to Ubergang. Now big kick from White off the step. I tell you what, it's a lovely kick from Jesse White. Just off a step from just inside 50. He's banged through a goal for the Tigers. They go to 4 straight 24. Adelaide 2-2-14. 13 and a half gone first term on the Telstra scoreboard. Wonderful beat of play there from White, showing what he is very much capable of.
Absolutely, and Adelaide had the extra there at stoppage, at that forward stoppage for Glenelg, and they had some good structure behind the ball, and it was a situation where Glenelg were able to win it and feed it out the back to Jesse White, who happened to be free, and was able to have an unpressured shot for goal, and he kicked truly, so they'll be excellent for his confidence going into this important part of the game, this mid part of the first quarter.
As Signorello got a handball out, working hard there, Sawford for the Tigers. Umpire's whistle has gone. And he's found a free kick coming back here to the aforementioned Sawford, a former Port Adelaide Magpie. Found a home at Glenelg. He hands off to Motlop, who's kicked towards half forward, comes off hands, close there, tackled to ground. And the umpire says we'll ball it up.
He doesn't hold back in launching himself at the footy, Lockie Hosey, does he?
He certainly does. He's very agile, great leap on him. As White, good in the ruck, only as far as Gibson. Handball towards Boyle. He's under pressure. Davis, it is, in fact, gets the handball out. Back towards Gibson. Ball at ground level. Sawford trying to work the footy away. Coming through now, Terry Malera. Spun around in the tackle. Chance for Adelaide here. Little handball came out from Marini. But in the end, there will be a ball up as Reynolds has it. He's going nowhere. Still inside 50 for the Tigers. They lead by 10 points. We've gone 15 minutes in this first term. As a chance for Slade for Glenelg from 50. High kick to the top of the square. Hosey trapped it nicely and snaps a wonderful goal. We're just talking about him and what he can do, and he showed it there. Lockie Hosey trapping the ball, snapping it back. He gets his second. The Bay's 5 straight 30. Adelaide 2-2-14 on the Telstra scoreboard.
Well, you've got to defend him on the lead, you've got to defend him aerially, and you've got to defend him on the ground. And if you've, as a forward, if you've got all those attributes, Nanks, you're really hard to defend, and he's just proven again what a talent he has, and be able to take that, track the ground ball, and then be able to snap it over, running towards the boundary, running out of room, was just a class act.
It certainly was. We talk about AFL clubs seeing him as a junior. They'd have to be looking at him now, some of the stuff he's doing, especially the way we do see a lot of mature age guys getting a second opportunity. Some of the stuff I've seen him do this year has been super impressive. But I guess we'll wait and see what pans out there. But he's playing some great footy for the Tigers, that's for sure. Lachlan Hosey is Nicholson with the clearance. Reynolds couldn't quite trap it. Fogarty pushes off his opponent, kicks the Crows towards the outer wing. Joseph was good getting in the way. Handball came out, taken by Jarman. Got the runner over the top there. That was Boyle, and his little kick was a good one, and Signorello's got it just inside 50 for Adelaide. Jarman short. Signorello ignores that. He'll kick from just outside 50. Nice kick right to the behind line in terms of accuracy. I think he might have kicked this goal, actually. It's interesting. The players were all sort of pushing back towards the behind line, but it went over their heads and went through for a goal. So great kick from Signorello. Almost something out of nothing there. 3-2-20 Adelaide. Glenelg 5 straight 30. We've gone 17 minutes in this first quarter, and you can see why he so confidently ignored the offer from Jarman there. Signorello, he kicked that no trouble.
Absolutely, and I think everyone's is sort of still the myth that the 50-metre line is 50 metres, and he actually almost looked like he'd laid that up to the goal square, but it carried on and travelled the full 48 metres, I think it was, to get over the line to kick another major.
Back in the middle, Wilson's got it. Gets boot to ball. Boyle, nice little give to Poholke. Crows go inside 50 again, but it's Curran who takes a nice mark at the top of the defensive goal square. He comes out wide towards half-back. Big fly, Ubergang couldn't complete the mark. Slade at ground level, got the handball out, and Bradley will clear for the Bays towards the outer wing. Barrels past everyone. Reynolds off the ground. Will follow this up. Comes up there against Hill. Now cleverly towards Wilson, who goes back down the outer wing. Slade couldn't pick it up. Jarman could, to Davis, to Boyle. Looking for Hill, getting in the way. Wilson, he was caught, tackled, holding the ball. And the tackler there for the Bays in Big Ubergang will get the free. He's been a great player for Glenelg this year, the former Fremantle rookie. A lot of talent, can play either end of the ground. He kicks up inside 50. Thorelderson couldn't quite take the grab. Comes out near to Asafa, who comes out towards half-back. Boyle, who's been busy, got his hands to it, but it was already over the line. And the free will go the way of the Bays on that outer wing. So Glenelg looking to get something going through Nicholson. Launches the kick up towards 50 in the way, though. Lonergan, who's developing into a very nice key defender for the Adelaide State League team. He goes short and finds Wilson, the former Sturt Premiership player. Just ticked into time on. It's 10 points to lead to Glenelg. As the kick down the wing. Good grab from Proud for the Bays. Looks up, goes short, got a couple to choose from. Sawford takes the mark. And Glenelg can go towards 50 again. High kick, bouncing football. Hosey there, fumbled, recovered nicely. Good little give up to Motlop. Now a chance for Ubergang. His kick was well smothered by Jarman. Second opportunity for the Bays. High kick towards 50. Off hands. The Crows should clear here out towards the wing, but only momentarily as Curran gets up and takes the mark. Although it's a free off the ball and it's going to go the way of Proud. So Proud drives the Bays inside 50. Hosey sandwiched between a couple. Nearly pulled off a great mark. Himmelberg got the handball out. The Crows are away now. Lorna this way, that way. Handball back to Himmelberg. Missed the target. Terry Malera there coming through Wilson. Head down for Adelaide. As the ball at half back, Thorell, some little give over the top to Boyle. He's tackled to ground and will get the free for a high. Sam Gibson, the spotlight player in this first quarter. The Crows senior listed player, of course, coming from North Melbourne. We'll get Robbie to give me his stats in a little minute as the kick, a high one from Himmelberg towards Signorello. He couldn't quite pull it in. Ball goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Sam Gibson's had 6 kicks, 1 handball, and he kicked that major in the first half of this first quarter.
He's been busy early, and he is our spotlight player for the first term, Sam Gibson, as the ball back into play. Went over the ruckman's head. Hunter knocked it down towards Ellis Yeoman. He's also been pretty busy. Back inside 50. Haddon's got 2 to beat. Wrestling with Joseph allowed Curran to get up and take the mark for the Bays in the left back pocket. Saw him a few weeks ago here against West Adelaide back in round 16. He had a real day out that day, Curran. As he's kicked on a great one on that occasion. Trapped by Boyle. He's taken high. That was Terry Malera, and Boyle will get the free at half forward for the Bays. So he kicks it long, back inside 50, flying high, off hands. Bradley waiting patiently. Picked it up, gave to Chalmers. His kick not a good one though, out of bounds. And Ellis Yeoman will now get the free. And this is within range for Ellis Yeoman. About 30 out, tucked around on the boundary. The angle is the issue. 21 minutes gone in this first term. Crows trailing by 10 points as Ellis Yeoman deliberately just goes with the straight drop punt, and it looked okay but not good enough. A point results. Glenelg by 9, and they prepare to bring the footy back into play through Bradley at the northern or Kernahan end here of Brighton Road. He goes short, and Curran has it again, left back pocket. Bay's defence has been good in this period of games in recent weeks where they've chalked up some good wins. Their defence has certainly played their part as Fogarty pushing players this way and that. Couldn't quite get a clean possession. Hill's got it now. He's wrapped up by a couple of Crows players holding the ball. Snook will get the free at defensive 50. Looks up, not a lot on offer. Just chips it up towards the wing now. Ubergang backing back, knocked away from him, taken by Gibson. Got the handball out, coming through Boyle, tackled by Shot, dispossessed. Now the handball comes out to Hill for Adelaide. Quick kick inside 50, just over the outstretched arms of Joseph. Himmelberg took it nicely, dished the handball out to Haddon. He goes to Edwards. High snap on the goal from Edwards, just away to the left. And the Crows whittle the margin down to 8 points on the Telstra scoreboard. The Tigers wasting no time. McCarthy goes short, and Chalmers has it 45 from his defensive goal. under pressure at the moment, the Bays, Robbie, but they're holding firm.
Yeah, they are, but they're very good at third man assist, John. So whether it's a marking contest, 2v1 marking, or being able to spoil. So Adelaide probably just need to lower their eyes a little bit. And we saw a number of weeks ago, Port Adelaide suffered the same fate. They went in a little bit too long, and Glenelg were able to either intercept mark or be able to spoil third man in. So Adelaide just have to really value their inside 50s, even though it's a smaller oval and it looks, I suppose, attractive to be able to go long at times. If you lower your eyes, you can just knock it around to someone, especially if it's close to the arc and they're only 47 metres out. I think we're at 25 now.
We had a
John.
turnover there. Lorna took the turnover as the Bays were coming out of defence. He was going back to take his kick, and Reynolds just ran over the mark.
Yeah.
And so it's brought Lorna from about 50 to about 25 out. So really put him right within scoring distance. He was lining up like he wanted a shot, probably just within range before, definitely within range now, to bring the margin back to just 2 points. Not the most confident looking of kicks, and it's away to the right and through for a behind. So it's on that Telstra scoreboard, Glenelg 5 straight 30, Adelaide 3-5 23, 25 gone first term. Probably lucky there for the Bays with the turnover at first and then the sloppy play running across the mark as the kick in. Good grab down there by Gibson. He chips short. Got Boyle just inside the boundary. Plays on. Long kick, top of the goal square. Knocked down by Woolard. Handball came out. Himmelberg grabbed it. Big Mandrina barged through the pack. Got a handball out in the end in the direction of Connolly. His snap on the goal is a point, but the umpire's whistle is gone. Himmelberg's been pinged for holding the ball. Had too long to get rid of it. The point won't stand, and Chalmers will take the free kick. Last line of defence. He goes short. It'll just come off as Bradley takes the mark. As Bradley goes short, Curran's got it. The Tigers look to come towards this clubroom side wing. Great grab, Sawford. Real courage there. Jumping up in between Ellis Yeoman and Thorelderson. And a very gutsy mark from Sawford.
Oh, it was, and Thorelderson came off his man too to go and impact it. So the collision was inevitable, but terrific courage to take a mark in an important part of the quarter too.
Yeoman's kick inside 50. Nicholson couldn't quite complete the grab. Handball out from Boyle, found Wilson. Wilson's kick towards the outer wing. Himmelberg there catches it in front of Curran. And he looks further afield now. Watts on offer for the big blonde Himmelberg. He was named initially as an emergency for the Crows, but back in the AFL, back in the State League in the end though. Went to Gibson, now Wilson. Wilson puts Adelaide inside 50. Over everyone's head at the back, Proud. Takes it nicely, top of the defensive goal square to White. And now Bradley, as Glenelg working it round through handball. Close gave to Chalmers. Chalmers' little kick to the boundary, just knocked over the line before going out. And it should be a throw in. Adelaide want to take the free. Well, they're going to get it. Must have just beaten the diving Glenelg player as the Crows go forward with the short pass. And it's Ellis Yeoman who marks 55 from goal. So Cam Ellis Yeoman kicks long, top of the goals. Crows continuing the pressure. Off hands at the back. Hunter was lurking. But it's the Bays who come up with it first. High kick back towards half-back. Not a great one in the end from Nicholson. Dribbles out of play without being touched, and Big Fogarty will take the free. And he could just about kick this, Fogarty. But it's not going to be him. In the end, he has to hand it over to Edwards. So Edwards up against the boundary fence, the white picket fence. The man on the mark probably just inside 50. High kick from Edwards. Going to lob on the behind line, and in the end through for another behind for the Crows as they go to 3-6-24. Glenelg 5 straight 30. It's a 6-point ball game. 28 gone first term. It's been an exciting quarter, Robbie, but Crows will rue that inaccuracy.
Yeah, they will, and I think they just got to review it, perhaps just some of their entries as well. And if their forwards don't reset quickly and get back to ensure that the Glenelg frees have to defend, if they do kick it long, and we saw Paddy Wilson kick in another one, they're able to mop up quite quickly with their extras at ground level or in the air. So they might just be a bit more patient or reset quickly and wait for even numbers to get ahead of the ball to be able to compete with those long kicks coming in.
As Signorello gave to Gibson, to Boyle. Boyle's long kick inside 50, knocked down. Snook was good, got it up to Bradley. Got it to McCarthy. He's tackled by Lorna. Ball jars out, comes towards Edwards. Quick little handball, too quick in the end for Lonergan. He recovered nicely to give it to Jarman. His kick is a nice one, Jarman, and they get the goal they've been so desperately searching for the last 5 or so minutes. It's Ben Jarman who kicks the goal for Adelaide. 29-minute mark of the first term. They level the scores on the Telstra scoreboard. The Crows 4-6-30. Glenelg 5 straight 30. But a good goal in the end there from Jarman.
Yeah, one step kick, really classy finish by Jarman, but the pressure of Blake Lorna as well, just to keep the ball in the area, was absolutely vital. So Adelaide needed that one. They'd had some successive inside 50s and got nothing out of it. So to get that one just before quarter time, absolutely ideal.
It was back in the middle. It's Ellis Yeoman dishing the handball out. Wilson got a little give. But the siren sounds to end the first quarter. Quite an entertaining quarter of football. At the times, the Bays seemed really dominant, but in the end, it is level at quarter time. Glenelg 5 straight 30. The Crows 4-6-30. That's on the Telstra scoreboard here at Glenelg Stadium at Glenelg. Entertaining game of football, no doubt about that. But in the end, even Stevens has scored 10 scoring shots to 5. Crows would be disappointed with that inaccuracy at times. As we look, thanks to the Telstra store at Glenelg, at the goals for the Bays, we see there 2 to host SANFL 2018 Macca's Leg. It's retro round as we remember the 80s. Get a bit of Joy Division. I think that just was the 80s. Was it 79? Love will tear us apart again. I'm not quite sure on the music there, but it's a great song and we're happy to have it here as we remember a retro round in remember the 80s, should I say, in retro round across the weekend in the SANFL. Back in the middle to start this second quarter. Big Hunter in the ruck for the Crows up against White. Hunter wins this one down. Running in there, Jarman, tackled well by Nicholson, the 245s, and the umpire will ball this one up. Twirls at skyward. Hunter wins it down off hands. Ellis Yeoman lurking, got the handball out to Gibson. Gibson with the kick inside 50, bouncing football. Himmelberg tackled close to the line. Got the handball out to Signorello, but in the end, the boundary line beat everyone. So the Crows with the first inside 50 of the second quarter. Ball to come back in just inside that forward 50 arc for Adelaide. The on-ballers milling in front of the feet of the ruckman. As White wrestling Hunter. White won it down. Bradley was good at defence to 50, but it's Lonergan taking the mark. Former Adelaide University boy. He's at half forward. Kicks inside 50. Hunter, big and strong. Knocked it down in the end to Signorello. He got it back to Poholke. Snapped towards the goals. Hits the behind post on the full. And so Glenelg will get the relieving free kick right back pocket through McCarthy. Out towards defence to 50. Ellis Yeoman was up, juggled, took the mark. Will go back and put the Crows into attack again. Once he got an offer as White dropping into the hole. He'll go short on the lead now. Wilson takes the grab and he's within range here, Wilson. He's a long kick of the football. Ungainly at times he looks, but he is a very effective footballer.
And there we go. There's the shorter kick inside 50, John. So it's obviously discussed it at quarter time, and just to knock it into Paddy Wilson, who's well within range now, and just didn't play into the hands of those good Glenelg defenders. And
Wilson kicks the goal, no trouble at all, as we said, well within range. He has a very strong kick on him. First goal of the second quarter going the way of Adelaide. They take the lead. They go to 5 goals, 6, 36. Glenelg 5 straight, 30. We've gone about 2.5 minutes in this contest, and good start for Adelaide as they take back that lead.
Absolutely, and very, very smart by Cam Ellis-Yeoman, and just to knock it in there into Paddy Wilson and value the ball going inside 50, just to make sure of that was excellent play.
As we're back in the middle here at Glenelg Stadium, again Adelaide going forward towards half forward. The Bays repelling them desperately. In the end, Edwards got a little give up to Ellis Yeoman. Back to Edwards. Quick kick to 50. Bouncing football over McCarthy's head. Connolly trapped it well. He was tackled by Curran. And the umpires found a free going the way of Curran. Hands off to Bradley. Two of the leaders here at the Bay. The kick not a great one though. Paholke gets in the way. Goes short to Ellis Yeoman. The Crows looking dangerous early days, second term, and that's a nice kick and a nice mark, but unfortunately for the Crows, the diving player was Curran, who takes a good grab inside defensive 50 and shuts down the Adelaide surge. As Curran brings it out here towards half back, almost a mark to Fogarty. He's a big unit as he tries to barge his way through. No luck. As Close comes in over the top, did he get him high? He did. And Fogarty, as I mentioned, a former Bay player, state representative at junior level. He kicks inside 50. Nice kick, and big Himmelberg. Too tall and strong for Slade. He takes the mark. And it could be back-to-back goals for the Crows to start this second quarter. We've gone 4 minutes.
Well, they've had all the play, and they've camped inside Glenelg's half for the first 4 minutes, and this is where Adelaide can just through weight of possession and territory can really put the pressure on Glenelg.
So Himmelberg will kick from just on 50, which is about 47 here at the Bay. Drifts away, does the kick. Close to the line, in the end it goes over. Off hands, throw in the result. Left forward pocket, southern end of Glenelg Oval, otherwise known as the Phyllis end here at the Bay. It's Adelaide by 6 points over the Tigers. So we approach the 5-minute mark of the second quarter, wrestling in the ruck, and White's given away the free kick. As he was going the way of the Bays, it's the Bays, or the Crows it is, and they took the advantage, which might not come off as Fogarty though, grabs the footy, kicks inside 50, Haddon traps it, Joseph tackled him, hadn't got the handball out, Fogarty couldn't take it, Ian Malira's wrapped up in a pretty strong tackle. And the umpire comes in and says, we'll ball it up. But the Crows got the advantage, almost missed it. Well, they did really in the end because they didn't get their shot at goal. But there's still a chance here through Wilson, who has kicked a goal in this second quarter. Shot at ground level, got a handball out, only as far as Paholke. He was tackled. Wilson wants to go again. Again, he's wrapped up in the tackle. Ball spills free to Hunter. Just pushing through the Glenelg players, Big Hunter, puts it out in front of Boyle. He couldn't pick it up. Joseph comes through, taken high by Connolly, and Joseph will get the free kick at defensive 50 for the Tigers. He swings them back towards this grandstand wing, off hands. Good tackle applied there by Thorelderson. Opens the door for Fogarty, who slips at the inopportune moment. Picked up now for the Bays by Ian Malira. He got it off to Bradley. Back to Ian Malira right on the line. He's tackled as Asfaha did a very nice job with the tackling then. From Fitzroy Junior, current Glenunga player, playing for the Crows today in the State League. Boundary throw in the result. Hunter was good. Gets it to Ellis Yeoman. A crunching tackle there by Ubergang on Gibson. Opens the door for the Bays. They go inside 50. Pressure applied there on the Crows player. Picked up the bouncing footy. And a ball up will result. That was Marini. But crunching tackle earlier from Big Ubergang, who's now in the ruck. Hosey third man up, won it down. Ball at bootlace level. Breaking away Marini again. Gets the touch out to Gibson, out towards halfback. Good grab taken here by Chalmers. 55 from goal. The Bay still searching for their first in the second quarter as he kicks inside 50. Hosey lurking, but from the side. Fogarty up, couldn't take the mark, off hands. Umpire's whistle has gone. He's found a free. Or is it a ball up? He's come charging in.
It's a free kick to Glenelg.
It's a free kick to Hosey, it is. So the Bays will get a shot on goal, and it's going to be Lockie Hosey, who's kicked 2 today already. So the free there in the contest against Fogarty. And Hosey can line up for an important kick in the context of the game. 7.5 minutes gone, second term. Scores were level at quarter time. The Crows have since taken the lead by 6 points. Hosey for goal number 3 this afternoon and to level the scores again. He makes no mistake, Luke Hosey. He's kicked 3 today for the Bays. And on the Telstra scoreboard, 7.5 gone in this quarter. It is Glenelg 6 straight 36, Adelaide 5-6 36. First goal of the second quarter there to the Bays, thanks to Bone Timber, providing quality timber since 1919, a 5th generation family business. Hosey again in the action.
Yeah, we could probably trace that back to a couple of minutes earlier. Ubergang made a fantastic tackle on Gibson where they looked like they were out through the corridor of the Crows, and they're able to get it inside 50 and non-methodical, but they got the score, which gets them back level peggings.
As the Crows will go to half forward from the restart, Gibson's high kick marked by Chalmers. He backs back at half back right, looks for his options. Will go down that outer wing, high kick. Ubergang's there, knocks it towards 50. He's going to run onto it, the big fella, picks it up quite deftly, then just fumbles it, but kept it going. As here's a chance, Ian Malera snaps on the goal and kicks a beauty for the Bays. And Ubergang, that's a goal to Malera and a great goal, but Ubergang played a big part in that kick from Malera, which has put Glenelg back up by 6 points. 8.5 gone in this second term, but that was a great individual effort by Ubergang.
It was, and Malera is the type of play he can go both ways, and that was a fantastic finish on the left. It's quite breezy out there at the moment, and I think even some rain is looking imminent. I think it's actually coming down already, albeit just lightly at this stage, but fantastic finish. You just can't give him an inch with a player like Malera. He's just so talented in those tight spaces.
He certainly is, as here comes the rain. It was light, now it's getting very heavy, as a heavy tackle in the middle there on Hunter, or from Hunter, sees the Bays get the free advantage paid. They go inside 50, Reynolds wrestling there with Thorelderson. Handball came out the back for the Crows. No one can take it at ground level, they sort of knock it along. Marini got it up there to Hill. Hill's kicked towards half-back, trapped there by Slade for the Bays. Now Joseph with the opportunity goes short, and it's Bradley who's got a left half forward for the Tigers. The rain continues to fall. A long kick, top of the square, flying high and able to complete it. The Crummel was there, the kick just across the face. It was Hosey who flew. Terry Malera's kick just across the face for the behind. The first behind of the game for the Bays. They go to 7-1-43. Adelaide 5-6-36. 10 gone in this second quarter. And this rain is getting very heavy as Lonergan marks in the right back pocket. We're getting towards, not quite, but it's heading towards the heaviness of hail. In fact, I think I can see, no, maybe it is just heavy rain, but it is very heavy as Fogarty's got it at right half back. Defensive 50, and that's a kick you expect in these conditions, right off the side of the boot, out of play. Mustn't look an obvious question, Robbie, but you've played a lot of footy. How do you deal with this kind of conditions?
Oh, well, you should just go back into mechanism. Now it's probably going to be a case of, especially in congestion, limiting your connective handball and just surging out of, with some getting some yardage and some kicks. Your main handballs will be off the grass to a player in your vision, and then try to get the ball out and get it forward as much as you can.
Bays go inside 50. Real scrabble for both teams. In the end, it's Earlham getting infringed. He'll get the free for Adelaide. Goes short to Boyle. It was good for them in the first term. He handballs over the top to Gibson. Gibson hooks this kick back towards the outer wing. Himmelberg there knocks towards the line. And it goes out of play. I seem to remember you scoring 5 goals for the Legs on a day like this here at the Bay back in about 2000. Maybe I'm imagining that or getting the years or things slightly wrong, but I seem to remember watching that from the outer wing in these kind of frigid conditions.
No, I had a couple of days down here, which was good. I also had some bad ones where you walked off the park and things didn't go your way. So you win some, you lose some. thanks down here, but I had a couple of days down here where I was able to come off with a few and get a couple of decent wins too. And the car drives itself home back from back up the Anzac Highway when you win down at Glenelg, or Port Road if you happen to beat the Magpies.
Free kick to the Crows at half-back. They've got a 25-minute penalty. Ellis Yeoman now on this outer wing. High kick towards half-forward. Proud was up doing the disciplined defender thing that he does so well. Fist out of play. and the boundary throw-in results.
Well, Ellis Yeoman's kick barely carried 35 metres in that situation there, and it was. I think it's reasonably tough for the players out there, both with the breeze and the rain and the deluge we just experienced a couple of moments ago.
There's a gentleman on the outer side with his umbrella up. He's having all sorts of trouble getting that under control. He's done quite well in the end as the ball spins back into play. Free in the ruck going the way of the Bays. White handed it off to Sawford. Now Curran running off half-back with a high kick back inside 50. Hosey, 2 to beat. Oh, look at what it is. Ian Malera crumbing front and centre. Oh, deserved better. Perfect position by Ian Malera, but the kick went wide. And the point results for the Bays. They lead by 8 points, 7-2 to 5-6. We've gone 13 and a half minutes in this second quarter as the Crows wasting no time working it out towards half-back. Off hands, Boyle got a little give out. White there for the Bays. In the end, it's out of play. But, gee, that was good footy from Malera. Just got in the right position, right place, just couldn't finish off with the kick in the wet conditions.
Yeah, they're able to get out the back there, Glenelg. They just used that extra possession, just a little short 45 through the corridor there, and then were able to bypass a lot of the heavy traffic and get over the back to bring Malera into the game.
Hunter won it down as far as Boyle, but he's going nowhere. Wrapped up in the tackle by Close, and we'll see another ball up. Hunter again wins it down. Snook taken to ground. Ball jarred free. Paholke had it, lost it. Sawford just does what perhaps is best to in these wet conditions, gets it and bangs it on the boot. It goes inside 50 for the Bays. Unfortunately, no one got a hand on it as it dribbled out of play, so Marini will take the free kick in the left back pocket for the Adelaide Crows. He comes back towards half-back, knocked down. Going to run onto it there. Gibson trapped it. He was tackled himself. Got the handball out, but I think Boyle took it over the line. And so it'll be a free to the Tigers because Boyle took the handball. It was over the line, so it's last possession out of play. Snook with the free. Drives Glenelg. Ubergang lurking. Caught behind. Good grab in front by Paholke. Giving up inches, but he was strong with the body. He goes short to Signorello. Now Ellis Yeoman. Asfarhat took it nicely, but was tackled. Dispossessed. Ball at half-back for Glenelg, and that's where it will stay as the ball up called. The Bays by 8 points. 15 and a half gone second quarter. As White won it down in the ruck. Ellis Yeoman again working hard to Boyle for the Crows. Hooks it round the corner. Bouncing football. Himmelberg there with Proud. And Proud knocks it to the line for the Bays and it goes out of bounds. Ball to come back in on that outer wing. Had a bit of a downpour earlier in the quarter. It's stopped raining now, but it's left the ground and the ball quite heavy. There's White and Hunter in the ruck. Ball sort of spun a long way away from them. Paholke at ground level got it out. Boyle taken high. And he'll go back and get the free. Playing just his 6th SANFL game, Boyle. Goes short and finds Signorello. Kicked a very nice goal in that first term. He goes searching for Gibson, bounces away from him. And Glenelg will now get the free on that outer wing through Nicholson. So, as the conditions probably dictate, the play getting a little sloppy. Nicholson looking for Ubergang. Marini fists away from him and the ball goes out of play. We've gone 16 and a half minutes in this second quarter. It was level pegging at quarter time. 5 straight played 4-6. Adelaide now 5-6-36. Glenelg 7-2-44. An 8-point lead to the Bays on the Telstra scoreboard. White wins this one down. Nicholson couldn't pick it up. Lorna was good to Ellis Yeoman. High ball from Ellis Yeoman. Edwards didn't wait, knocked it down. Bounced away from Paholke. And now the ball up results. As it sounds like the rain is coming back, Robbie.
It certainly is, and they're going to make it reasonably hard, but I think both teams will be looking to get even numbers in front of the ball just so they can actually get the ball forward and make sure it goes to a contest. They don't want to be kicking it forward and then kicking it to an outnumbered situation. So getting your forwards to reset and being able to go forward with some confidence from some of these stoppages will be probably the order of the day going forward.
Free kick at the stoppage to the Crows. Signorello's kick to half forward, knocked out of play. And the ball to come back. Not too many people on that outer side as the ball will eventually make its way back. Mustn't have been touched in the end. I thought Hunter appeared to touch it, but it's going to be a free kick to the Bays. So Curran has it. Defensive 50. Not a lot on offer. Slade sort of saying, I'm here short if you need me, and via that side, that defensive 50 arc. High kick. Almost a good grab, Uber gang. Nicholson at ground level got a kick of sorts away. In the end, Terry Malera tackled by Marini. Another bounce up. Salford from the restart. Little handball over the top. Close. Kicks to Ubergang. Now Reynolds knocked it back. Snook hooks the ball back inside 50 for Glenelg. Hosey over his head. Gibson at the back. Happy to let it roll out. That should result in a free to the Crows. And Gibson has it. Hasn't been a score for a while in the second quarter. Crows started off with a goal to take the lead after scores were level at quarter time before the Bays came back with a goal and a couple of behinds, but the rain has played its part. Scoring has become difficult. As we close in on time on, 18 and a half gone in this second quarter. It's become a bit of a slog for the respective sides. We talked about playing in these conditions, Robbie, and sort of going back to the basics and just keeping it simple. But both sides at the moment sort of ball ping-ponging back between half forward for either side. They just can't sort of get the clean inside 50s.
Yeah, there's a lot of traffic between the arcs and some repeat stoppages. So, and I suppose given the conditions, both teams are reasonably reluctant to sort of change lanes and try to get the ball out into some grass, just through fear of perhaps turning over it in a dangerous part of the oval. So they're just sorting each other out, and hopefully by kicking it down the line, hopefully you can win it from the next contest and then get it forward over the back. So it'll take a little bit of time, but it's certainly a arm wrestle at the moment.
As the player spotlight, Cameron for this quarter. Cameron Ellis-Yeoman goes inside 50. Off hands, Curran couldn't complete the mark. Ball at ground level, players piling in. Connolly there for the Crows, the boy from Trinity Old Scholars. But in the end, the ball up results 40 metres out from Adelaide's goal. Cameron Ellis-Yeoman, the player spotlight in this second quarter. As Salford got the handball out to Motlop. High kick from Motlop back towards the middle of the ground. Hosey wrestling there with Earlham. Will get the free. So Hosey comes up with the footy right in the middle of Glenelg Oval. He chips it up. He's got players here. Nicholson it is, takes the mark just inside 50 for Glenelg. Now he goes back rather confidently, the young man. Looks like he wants to have the set shot on goal. Into time on now in this second quarter. This is a very important moment in the game of goal. In a low-scoring contest like this, would be very big for the Tigers. As Nicholson, looking nothing but confident, will kick from just outside 50. And that's a very nice kick from Nicholson, right to the line, over the head of the pack. And Nicholson gets his first for the afternoon. And the Bays advance that lead at the 21-minute mark. They go to 8-2-50 to Adelaide 5-6-36 on the Telstra scoreboard. 14 points, game-high lead to the Bays.
Well, it's pretty hard for Adelaide to defend that. There was a kick out of congestion, which Hosey was awarded the free kick for holding the man, and then it sort of there was a vacant forward line and players coming from behind the kicker, and it created a bit of chaos for Adelaide's defence, and for Nicholson to get picked up by Hosey was really good. So excellent finish there too. He knew his range and was able to kick well. But Cam Ellis-Yeoman, he's up to 19 possessions, 7 kicks, 12 handballs.
As we mentioned, he's the spotlight player for the second quarter. Cam Ellis-Yeoman, here he goes again. Motlop tugging on his Guernsey. Ellis-Yeoman off the ground. Boyle got the little handball up. Wilson's tackled close to the line, out of bounds. Did he get some boot on that? He did. So the Tigers will get the free through Bradley. The ever-reliable Andrew Bradley loads up towards half forward. Reynolds was up, couldn't take it. Thorellison tackled. Umpire's whistle is gone. Free kick to the Bays, advantage paid. Snook will take that. Hosey on the lead, spoiled by Marini. Still a chance the Bays, close, diving in over the footy. Tried to get it out to Terry Malira. Umpire's whistle is gone. That's going to be a free kick to the Tigers. Is it close or Malira? It's close, and there's going to be a 25-metre penalty as well. So probably some mouthing off there perhaps, because this will now put Close top of the goal square. Can't miss territory. So Brad Close, the boy from Mount Gambier, kicks the goal for the Tigers. And all of a sudden, the blink of an eye, they're out to a 20-point lead on the Telstra scoreboard. And we've gone 23.5 second term, Robbie.
Yeah, we certainly don't want that. And he was on a tight ankle there, and they could have defended the corridor there and forced him into a snap. And you're not sure on someone's capability on whether they're able to do that. But to give away a 25-metre penalty in that situation and make it an absolute certainty would be something which the Adelaide coaching staff would be reasonably annoyed with.
Well, it becomes frustrating, doesn't it? Because, as you said, it was probably a 50-50 free and no guarantee of the shot on goal. And then there's obviously been something said, and the 25-metre penalty puts him right on the line. As he go Glenelg again, can they make it 3 in a row in time on? Reynolds off the ground inside 50. Wilson's going to get back for Adelaide. Ground level, he got it up to Earlham. He's tackled, and the umpire will ball it up. 35 out from Glenelg's goal. Just taking control of the contest in the last 3 or 4 minutes, the Bays. As Himmelberg won it down. Ellis Yeoman, high kick. I'd say that would bring rain, but it's too late. Himmelberg comes in from the side, takes the mug. I don't know if that went the full 15. It went about
6 metres.
Yeah, it went about 50 in the air, but I reckon you're right, Robbie. It went about 6 lengthwise, but the mark's paid. Himmelberg goes to Wilson. Wilson comes over the top to Boyle. Boyle's got a defensive 50, wants to play on and will. And back to Wilson it goes. He handballs over the top to Fogarty. And Fogarty goes out wide to Edwards. A couple of former Glenelg players combining nicely there. And they combine again as Edwards goes short to Fogarty, who's got it out a wing. Time ticking away. The Crows needing a goal. They trail by 20 points deep into time on. About 25 gone. As Ellis Yeoman up, taking a good grab. 25 gone in this second term. It was level pegging at quarter time. But Glenelg just starting to take control as Ellis Yeoman gives up ground, goes back to Marini, who's got Hill. Takes a good grab, the former Gazer player. Chips short. And now it's with Earlham. High kick inside 50. Off the Bays defender's hands. Jarman there at ground level knocked it out. Himmelberg lurking. Got a handball into open space. The umpire's whistle is gone.
I think it's a throw.
Yeah, it's coming back here, I think, against Jarman. And his opposite number 45 in Nicholson will take the free for the Bays. So Carl Nicholson, he kicked that nice goal from 50 not that long ago. He kicks out towards the outer wing and combines with the other Bay goal scorer in this time on period in Close, who, well, his goal was from straight in front. Still a good goal. Still an important one for the Bays, perhaps not as flashy as Nicholson's, as Close goes short, finds Woolard at defensive 50. Woolard wants to play on and does. Out here towards half back, where the mark's taken by Curran. Just still a bit slippery underfoot as he goes to ground. 26.5 gone in this second term. Bays by 20 points. Bradley trying to break away from Boyle, did well. Got it over the top to Reynolds. He goes short to Sawford, who's worked hard in this first half for Glenelg, goes short again. And Curran goes to Chalmers. Defensive side of the centre square. Chalmers puts Glenelg up towards half forward. Good grab, Ubergang. He pops it up. He's got a runner there in Nicholson, who marks this almost identically to where he scored that last goal from 50. Doesn't want to have the shot this time. Just kicks a long ball. Top of the goals. White didn't quite complete the mark. The big man goes in again. Ball spills out the side to Hill. Got a little kick away. Motlop couldn't pick it up. Nicholson there offers him some support. The umpire's whistle's gone. It's coming back here, a free in defence, and this time it will be Jarman who will receive the free deep in defence for Adelaide. So Jarman with the kick out towards that outer wing. And that goes out of play, the kick-off hands, and disappointing for the Bays there. Robbie, they were looking promising as they went forward, but not able to get another goal, which if they had managed to, as we close in on half-time, would have put them in a very strong position.
Yeah, they were looking to shift their defence, and they did it quite well. They were able to go wide and then come back through the corridor out to the other side of the oval. So it was a good build-up and probably a little different to what we've seen throughout this quarter.
It was from the restart. Wilson got the handball out. Quick kick there from Asaha, marked by Chalmers in the middle of Glenelg. He kicks to Himmelberg, getting in the way of Ubergang, and again shutting things down for the Tigers. This quarter gone for almost 29 minutes. First quarter was also a long one, about 30. And now Chalmers has it on the outer wing. Bays by 20 points on the Telstra scoreboard, 9-2-56 to 5-6-36. Scoring shots even, 11 apiece. The Bays more accurate, it's fair to say, as the kick from Motlop towards Ubergang knocked away from him, and we'll have another throw-in.
That was a good job by Elliot Himmelberg there. He's the spare sort of back at the moment, and he was able to impact that contest and nullify Ubergang, who was on the lead.
So now they're going to do the ruck work, the two combatants, Ubergang and Himmelberg. One down by Ubergang, as there is the half-time siren. And at half-time, it's the Bays on the Telstra scoreboard, 9-2-56, leading Adelaide 5-6-36. The mini-league comes streaming out onto the ground at the southern end. The northern end, the two players from each side start to head towards their respective rooms. The Crows have stayed in the contest despite Glenelg threatening to take it away on a couple of occasions, but the Bays in these conditions, 20 points, a pretty commanding lead on the Telstra store. The goals there, thanks to that scoreboard. Lockie Hosey with two, Close with one, Malira with one. We also see goals to Motlop, Ian Malira and Jesse White. While for Adelaide, it is 6 Adelaide. You talk about Adelaide using the ball, but that accuracy too plays a bit of a part. If they can be a little bit more accurate, they're back in the contest.
Absolutely, both in their field kicking and certainly their goal kicking as well, which is really, really important. And just being able to maybe even just knock that extra kick in to give it to someone who's in a better position to have a shot at goals. We saw Ellis Yeoman provide that to Paddy Wilson in the quarter. But here we go. It's going to be a really interesting second half here.
As we're underway in the second half here at Brighton Road. White versus Hunter in the ruck. Bit of a stalemate. Sawford breaks free. His kick partly smothered, barging through there. Able to take it was close. So Edwards it is with the first clearing kick, but only as far as Chalmers for Glenelg. Dishes it out to White, and now Curran with the little kick out there. Bouncing football taken by Nicholson. Kicks over the top looking for Shot, the former West Adelaide player. Traps it nicely, goes short. And a good diving mark is taken down there by Hosey with those fluorescent yellow boots. He's hard to miss. Kicked a couple today. Goes short. Nicholson colliding there with Terry Malira. Allows Ellis Yeoman to get the handball out. Umpires found a free. He came back the way of the Bays. Holding the ball, he says. And they're probably a touch lucky there after that collision, but Malira wasting no time, goes inside 50, and a wonderful one-handed mark, if you don't mind, down there to Motlop. Going to ground on his knees, just stuck the hand out and pulled it in there in front of Hill. And he'll go back now and line up for his second and the Bay's 10th.
Well, the kick just came into a pair, but Motlop was just able to protect the drop zone of the ball there on a flat kick, really. And, Damon Hill was caught corridor side of the ball, and he just took in an absolute ripper with his right arm.
So Motlop to start off the second half for the Bays with a goal. This one drifts right across the face, through for a behind. Glenelg 21 points up, a minute and a half gone in this third quarter on the Telstra scoreboard. The kick in, not a good one for the Crows. Bradley took it, snaps back, his kick wayward, bounces once out of bounds, and the Crows will get the free kick in the left back pocket to Thorelderson. So a couple of heart and mouth moments there for Adelaide. Thorelderson brings it in, back towards half back. Bays take possession again. White was good, searching for Ubergang, couldn't quite take the mark there. And the ball goes out of bounds for a throw-in, just inside the 50 arc for Glenelg in that right forward pocket. The southern end, the primary school end, the Phyllis end. The end the Bays will kick to in this quarter as it spins back into play. White won it down decisively in the ruck. Earlham got it to Hill. High kick from Hill. Back out towards half-back, bouncing football. Bradley there for the Bays. Handball back to Chalmers. Goes short, it does. Chalmers, the diving. Nicholson takes it. 55 from goal. Wheels around. Back towards the hot spot, bouncing football. Hosey knocked it down. Sawford found room, snaps at the goals, and his kick away to the left. And another behind result. So opportunities going begging early in this third term for the Bays. They go to 9-4-58. Adelaide 5-6-36 on the Telstra scoreboard. As it's with Edwards in the left back pocket for the Crows. They try to get something going. He chips out there for looking and finding Ellis Yeoman, one of the best on the field for the Crows in the first half. He kicks towards the wing. Davis was good, took a nice mark, kicked the first goal of the game, Davis, to this northern end where his kick will be searching. He goes short, past Signorello, who also kicked a nice goal in the first quarter. Sawford picks it up for the Bays. Kicks them back towards the wing. Crows to take possession again here through Ellis Yeoman. Goes short. Knocked away from Thorelderson by Ian Malera. Got it up to Ubergang. Now close with a long handball. Found Hosey at 50. He jogs inside. Pops the ball up to the top of the goals over everyone's head. And it'll go out of play for a throw-in. So we've had two behinds and two out of bounds to start this third quarter for Glenelg, as Hill's kick was knocked out of play. Boundary throw-in results. Glenelg doing all the attacking, just not getting much result at the moment on the scoreboard. They lead by 22 points. 4.5 gone in the third term. As a quick kick towards half-back for the Crows will only result in a free for the Tigers. Last possession rule. And that'll be taken by McCarthy. So McCarthy, wasting no time, goes short. Finds Proud it is on that outer wing. He chips short over the head of Snook. Taken nicely by Conley, but run down. Proud again doing those wonderful one-percenters. Hands off to White. He might get caught. No, the big man does well. Wheels around, back inside 50. Earlham in front there for Adelaide. Got the handball back towards Thorelderson. Pressure on now by the Tigers, trying to keep it in their zone, and they will succeed as the ball up results. It's one down by Ubergang in the ruck. He does some roving, kicks it back, bouncing just to the left. Another behind to the Bays. 9-5-59. Adelaide 5-6-36 on the Telstra scoreboard. And we've gone almost 6 minutes in this third term. The Bays by 23 points as Adelaide come from defence. They've got it at defensive 50. High kick towards the wing. Off hands, trapped by Joseph for the Tigers. Get it back in the 1-2 from Proud. Joseph's handball then knocked down by Edwards. The 2-19s, Edwards and Proud wrestling close to the boundary line. Umpire comes in and says, we'll ball this up. No, he's found a free. And it's going to go to Proud, who's been busy early stages in this second half. Proud, a long kick towards half forward. Wilson getting in the way. Took a good mark in the end. Did Wilson. Goes short. And now it's with Hill. A little unsure where to go. He goes short again, and Adelaide just chipping it round at the moment. Wilson's got it again. And he goes towards half forward where Earlham takes a good grab for the Crows. Looks up, not a lot on offer. They kick it long inside 50 for Adelaide. Pack descends on the footy, hadn't. Crumbed it nicely, got it to Poholke, snaps back. Ellis Yeoman took a good diving mark just inside the behind line. Will get to take his kick. And he'll go back, tucked around right on the angle. And we'll have to do some pretty tight stuff here. Just steps around, goes the check side. I think he might have kicked it, Ellis Yeoman. Didn't have much room to move, but he did it very nicely in the end. 7.5 gone third quarter. The Crows get the first goal of the second half, and they go to 6-6-42. Glenelg 9-5-59, margin to 17 points. Good finish by Ellis Yeoman, good build-up by Adelaide.
Yeah, it was a slow build-up, but it was very precise, and Glenelg have had an extra behind the ball right from the start. They actually played with 7 defenders at the beginning of the quarter. I think they feel they're kicking into a reasonably strong breeze, so they've had some good structure behind the ball, Glenelg, and as a result, Adelaide, yeah, they changed lanes and they just edged the footy up the oval to the point where they were able to get it to a contest, and Ellis Yeoman was the beneficiary.
Was back in the middle, Signorello tackled, ball up results. 3 behinds to start the second half from Glenelg, and the Crows hit them with a goal. Another one here to Adelaide would make things very interesting as Nicholson gets the handball off to the player in shot. Goes searching for Reynolds. Ball bounced away from him towards Earlham for Adelaide. He was tackled by Reynolds. And we'll have a ball up about 55 out from the Tigers' goal. Yet to score a goal in the second half as Hunter wins it down to Gibson. Getting in the way, Curran was good. Handballed off to Proud. Back to Curran. Proud then applying the shepherd on Himmelberg as the high kick from Curran, marked by Joseph, wants to play on, just can't find room to do so we'll go back and take his kick. Now here's the handball, and Proud again swooping through with the kick to half forward. We're close. Kicked the goal from point blank range in the second quarter. Kicks Glenelg inside 50, knocked down there, Ubergang. Crows have the numbers. Thorelderson slung around in the tackle. And the umpire said enough, he'll ball it up. 30 out from Glenelg's goal. They need to make something here. They've, as I said, kicked a few behinds, but yet to get a goal. As Signorello, quick kick from the restart, back towards half-back. Well trapped by Slade to McCarthy. Now Chalmers, he's tackled by Lorna, holding the ball, so a chance for the Crows. Lorna at half-back, moves things on quickly. Had Earlham calling for him on the outer wing, found him, handball over the top to Gibson. He goes to Boyle. Boyle's little chip kick finds Lorna, running to half forward. Lorna launches the kick inside 50, but it's all the Tigers. And that man again, Proud, takes the saving grab deep in defence, chips it up to Motlop. Motlop goes short and finds Snook. And Glenelg work it out of their defensive 50 as Snook kicks to the outer wing, looking for Close. He traps it just inside the line. Close goes with the right boot towards 50. Ubergang getting in front there of his opponent, couldn't quite trap the footy. Signorello's tackled, almost gone. Got the handball out, Fogarty. Now Earlham running down this outer wing for Adelaide. Kicks towards 50 and Chalmers again. As the Crows making some promising moves, but Glenelg repelling them on each occasion. Proud off on the stumbling block. On that occasion it was Chalmers as Joseph away and running. Got a good shepherd. Had a couple of bounces. Now handballs over the top to Curran on this centre wing. He in turn handballs to Reynolds. Runs through half forward. Has a bounce. Hits 50. Dummies round. Lines up and kicks a beauty. Luke Reynolds. He'd been quiet to this point in the afternoon, but that was a great way to open his scoring account. 11 minutes gone in the third quarter, and Reynolds gets his first. The Bays 10-5-65, Adelaide 6-6-42. Back out that game-high 23-point margin.
Yeah, it was a great finish from Luke Reynolds. It's only his fourth possession for the afternoon, but probably the important thing was his composure, and there was pressure coming corridor side onto his left foot, and then he was able to sell a little bit of candy, John, and get around and kick it absolutely beautifully from about 40 metres out. And that was a desperately needed goal by Glenelg. In these, I think they're kicking into a little bit of a breeze this quarter, but they'll take that certainly.
Back in the middle, Tigers trying to break again through Sorford. He did it well in the end, got it out to shot. High kick towards half forward. Reynolds trying to knock it down this occasion, couldn't quite trap it. Good pressure from Woolard, just applying the tackle, keeping the ball in that half of the ground for the Bays, just outside their 50. There'll be a ball up. Umpire twirls it skyward as the rucks wrestling there. Hunter and White comes down to Sorford, finds some space, bangs it on the boot, back towards the forward line, and a good diving mark there to Ubergang. Sorford's kicked it wobbling back towards that scoreboard pocket, and Ubergang diving in and taking the mark. Can go back and line up for goal. He's been good today, Ubergang, Robbie, but this would be a very, well, I guess a reward for his efforts.
Yeah, no, he's certainly combative, and it doesn't matter whether he gets a hold of the ball. He can impact the play just through his body work and being able to compete and bring the ball to ground.
So Ubergang will kick from tucked around in that left forward pocket. I tell you what, it's a very nice kick off the boot. No problem at all there to Ubergang getting the goal for the Tigers. They skip out to a 29-point lead now, 11-5-71. Adelaide 6-6-42. 29 points is the margin. Remiss of me not to mention Reynolds' first goal there for the Tigers. That was thanks to Bone Timber, providing quality timber since 1919. A fifth-generation family business. It was backed up by that wonderful effort from Ubergang. All of a sudden, the Bay's out to a 5-goal lead.
Yeah, and Asfaha ended up dropping off his opponent, but didn't impact anything as the free. Then the ball went straight over his head. His opponent went up to stoppage, and he sort of lingered 15 metres off the back and got caught with the ball going over his head into the hands of Ubergang. 14 minutes gone, third term. The Bays at half-back looking to repel the Crows' forward motion from the restart. Knocked down there nicely by Hill, away from his intended opponent there in Reynolds, or the intended target there in Reynolds. Umpire will ball this one up. Glenelg just taking control of the contest. 16 scoring shots to 12 now in favour of the Tigers, as again the Crows go forward, but again they're met by staunch defence from the Tigers as it's Curran and Proud. So good for Glenelg for many seasons now in defence, but particularly in the last 4 to 6 weeks, their footy's been excellent in defence for the Tigers as Curran's kicked towards the outer wing. Big Hunter, too tall, too strong, takes the mark for Adelaide. So the Crows need a goal now. Not moving with any great urgency. Hunter's kick towards 50. Flying high and taking the grab, Gibson, who did score a goal in the first quarter. But he's a fair way from home, right on 50. So Gibson with the kick. Nice mark, Davis. And Davis, who we mentioned earlier, scored the first goal of the game at this end. Must kick this to really keep the Crows in the contest. Lovely flat kick there from Gibson, and it just didn't allow any Glenelg defender who wanted to come off their opponent to go and impact it. So it didn't spend much time in the air, and it was absolutely perfect, sliding through the Glenelg defence.
So Gibson finding Davis, and Davis finding the goal, the much-needed goal for the Crows. He gets his second, and Adelaide bring it back to 23 points at the 16-minute mark of the third quarter. Adelaide 7-6-48. Glenelg 11-5-71 on the Telstra scoreboard. They're hanging in there, the Crows. But you say that, or I say that, but a couple of quick goals, and all of a sudden they're right back in it.
Yeah, and it's in all their entries. They just got to force Glenelg to defend. And it just might need just to be smart on slow play there and just knock a 15, 16, 17 metre kick just to someone a bit closer to create those opportunities.
It's in the middle. Handball came out from Sawford to Shot. Ball at half back now for the Tigers as McCarthy comes through very strongly, takes the bounce. Wobbly kick inside 50. Hosey was up. The back heel couldn't take it. Lonergan there knocked it down only as far as Hosey. Goal, the Bays. Hosey gets his third. He's had a pretty good afternoon. And the Tigers go to 13 goals, 5. That is 78. Or should I say 77. Back out of that game-high lead of 29 points, 7-6-48 Adelaide, 17 gone, third term. As Hosey now, with a goal in each of the quarters, has certainly been very good for the Bays, and that was just the response they needed.
Yeah, and he competed for the ball early then and then was able to track it back, and he and Malera were back onto the ball in quick fashion, but just his beautifully perfected little dribble kick there by Lockie Hosey, but he's so effective either by air or on the ground. He's such a dangerous forward.
It was Gibson for the Crows after the restart. Handballs to his teammate in Connolly. He's tackled, dispossessed. Bradley, a little give out. Sawford, Shot. And now Glenelg through Woolard with the kick towards half forward. Hosey wrestling for it. Trapped it nicely. Kicks long inside 50. Reynolds sets himself. Spoiled at the last second by Thorelderson. Reynolds wrestled out of it. Thorelderson comes through. Ian Malera tackles him. Chance for Adelaide to clear as Edwards will kick to half back looking for Lorna. Chalmers there, and they go out of bounds, clattering into the pickets, and the boundary throw-in results.
The press from Aaron Joseph, just as the ball entered Adelaide's forward was fantastic. Came off his opponent and was able to impact the contest and get the ball going forward for Glenelg to give him almost that opportunity to score.
Himmelberg won it down only as far as White. He fires the handball out. Hosey there, couldn't trap it. Wilson wrestling with Hosey. Will get the free. Wilson looks up and kicks long out towards defensive 50. Earlham just gets there. Earlham now from the right back pocket goes short. Gibson has it, still run about half back. He chips down that outer wing. Himmelberg stretching for it, couldn't take it. White was good at the back. Little handball to Snook. And now Woolard for the Bays with a long kick towards half forward. Offhand's taken beautifully. Terry Malera runs inside 50, has a bounce and kicks the goal for the Bays. Glenelg out to a game-high 35-point lead. 13-5-83. Adelaide 7-6-48. 19 and a half gone third term on the Telstra scoreboard as Terry Malera gets his second for the afternoon.
Yeah, I think the ball drop is really hard for all the players, especially for the Glenelg players kicking towards the primary school end. And Terry Malera is usually so proficient by foot, it almost fell out of his hand there, and he was able to get it on the right part of his foot. It wobbled through. It says a goal in the paper tomorrow, which is the most important thing. But Glenelg just getting another couple in a row and just extending this margin.
4-1 in this third quarter in favour of the Bays. As Robbie said, extended the margin out to 35 points after they led by 20 at the halftime break. As the restart in the middle, we'll see another ball up. Max Proud, our player spotlight in this third term, and hats thanks to Gliderol, providing state-of-the-art garage doors for over 40 years. Probably a deserved one. Proud has been very busy in this second half as Glenelg go to half forward. Adelaide work it out with handball. Lonergan was good. He's got it at half back. Measures the kick towards half forward. Himmelberg knocked out in the contest there by that man Proud, and he's done very nicely all game. And he goes short and finds close. Him and Karen, as I constantly say, so good in defence for the Bays, is close back to Proud, who's got it right half back for Glenelg. brings the kick towards this clubroom wing. Svaha was there, couldn't take it. Hunter, his quick kick has come off for the Crows as they go inside 50. Off hands, where the Crummers. Davis there, just worked out of it by McCarthy. Handball's back towards Woolard, who Davis tackles over the line. And we'll see a throw in. 21 and a half gone, third term. And it is a 35-point lead to Glenelg over the Crows. The ball deep in the Crows forward 50 arc. As Ubergang from the boundary throw in wins the hit out. Umpire comes and he's found a free. And it's going to go the way of the Tigers, and Sawford will get that free deep in defence for Glenelg. He's in no great hurry to take his kick as he goes towards half-back. Perhaps a little too relaxed, and it's gone out of bounds on the full. Lonergan hops the fence to retrieve the footy. And will come back and look to put the Crows into attack. He'll go with the short pass, finds Gibson. Umpire wants him to do it again. The whistle's gone. Bit of consultation going on. Maybe it's not a kick to Lonergan. It's not. It's going to be a boundary throw-in. So that was an interesting one. It looked pretty definitely out of play, the kick from Sawford, as it is. Throw in the result. Maybe there was a hand on it close to the line. Confused us all. Hunter won it down. Boyle there. Now the quick kick from Wilson inside 50. Himmelberg at the back, knocked it down. Ball off hands. Haddon lurking, always dangerous for Adelaide. But he's knocked out of play. And the throw-in will result. So 35 points the lead to the Tigers. They're not home yet, a quarter to play. And if Adelaide can get a goal here, they make things interesting. Hunter wins it down. Goes in, does some roving. Big man dispossessed in the end, but takes a great effort to do so. So we see another ball up. Deep in this forward arc for Adelaide. Ellis Yeoman was up, won it down. Rolled out towards Boyle. He's been taken high, and so he'll get the free now. Boyle. He's about 35 out. Slight angle. Oh, he was 35 out. Now he's going to be about 10 out because he's got a 25-metre penalty. So again, the talk there, I think, influencing the umpire. And Boyle comes from a tough shot, 35 out in the pocket, to the top of the goal square, still on a slight angle, but a much more gettable goal. He's going to do the old Stevie J round the corner thing with the old timers grimace. And Boyle kicks the goal. So they got it there in the end, the Crows. Boyle gets his first. Adelaide go to 8-6-54. Glenelg 13-5-83 on the Telstra scoreboard. 24 and a half minutes gone, third quarter, and well, goal to Boyle in the end, just keeping Adelaide in the contest. Yeah,
and that wasn't a bad option for him to go around the corner there. It's quite hard on the ball drop at the moment, so the vertical ball drop with a drop punt can tend to blow out of your hands from time to time. So hitting a greater surface area of the ball, he felt he could get a bit more control on the kick from that, so it was really well done.
Back in the middle, Hunter wins it down convincingly in the ruck. White's going to get a free though because Hunter came to ground, he took him high, handed it off to Woolard. He kicks towards 50 where Reynolds has got, whistles are going all over the place. There was a free initially to the Bays, and then the whistle went again, but the ball is going to stay with Reynolds. As confusion continues, Reynolds goes short and finds shot. 55 from goal for the Tigers. Shot now, loads up towards the hot spot from the side. Nice grab, Nicholson, no one near him. Came in from the side and took a good mark. He's kicked one today already, Nicholson. It was that nice goal from 50 in the second quarter. He can go back now and line up for his second. And again, just push Glenelg out past a 5-goal margin.
Oh, that was extraordinary because Adelaide actually outnumbered Glenelg by about 3. The ball did curl away, I think, from the majority of the Crows players who seem to be within close proximity and holding hands, but was well taken, and I think it's...
No, just behind in the end.
We're talking about Maxi Proud before. He's on 14 disposals as well, but it's just his ability to impact third man in, but also to put in blocks. When there's a 2v1 marking situation, he's so aware of being able to protect his teammate to be able to mark as well.
So Glenelg out to an even 30-point lead. Turnover at half-back for Adelaide. Glenelg through Slade, maybe able to get back inside 50. Under pressure handball to Chalmers. Curran there, Slade again. Tackled over the line. 26.5 gone in 26.5 gone third term. Glenelg by 30 points. Boundary throw in, outer wing. It's going to be Hunter wrestling in the ruck there with White. Ball comes to way of Paholke. He's tackled and the umpire is happy to ball it up. It'll be an interesting final quarter. 5 goals the margin Glenelg hold. Hard to see them being tossed from here, but if the Crows just keep at it, you never know. As Earlham back towards half forward. Trapped nicely by Curran. Got it back to Joseph at defensive 50. Brings it towards this members wing. Bouncing football. Went over everyone's head. Hill took it, was taken high. Took the advantage. Kicked towards half forward. And it's going to come back. I don't think the umpire felt there was much advantage there to Hill. So it's coming back. No, he's found another free now. Or is it coming
Sawford?
It's coming back to Sawford. Well, Hill was definitely taken high, but obviously something else occurred off the ball.
Might have been a block off the ball, I think, John. It took him high.
So Sawford will get the free for the Tigers. He goes inside 50, and Reynolds, given just that little bit of space, leaps up and takes the mark. 40 out, slight angle. And just like that, on the turn of the dice, Glenelg have a shot on goal. So Reynolds has kicked one this afternoon. As the three-quarter time siren sounds, Reynolds to kick this goal on three-quarter time. He's done it. Reynolds gets his second, and the Tigers put themselves into a very strong position. It is Glenelg on the Telstra scoreboard. They go to 14-6-90, Adelaide 8-6-54, an even 6-goal break to the Tigers at the final change. And Reynolds hasn't had a lot of the free today, as we said, Robbie, but those 2 goals have been important. And coming in and listening to the coaches' speeches at three-quarter time, they're heading for the exits now. We're not too far away from the start of the final quarter. And the players are in position. As it's going to be a continuation in the ruck there with Hunter against White. They've done the bulk of the ruck work for their respective sides today. Been interesting, Jill. Hunter's a hard man to get round, but, he's not immovable, but it's certainly... He can be a bit of a stumbling block, but White's played pretty well. He kicked a nice goal in the first term. So we just wait for the umpires to get the all clear.
A couple of kids, I think.
Yep, well, good
Get
to
them off
see.
the oval. There we go.
Underway in the final quarter here at Glenelg Stadium. Glenelg retro round 18 of the 2018 SANFL Maccas season as Sawford gets the clearing kick towards half forward for the Bays. Earlham, though, took it for the Crows, got it to Gibson, and now Hill off half back drives a long kick towards half forward. Davis was up, Hunter in front, couldn't quite bring it down. At the back, it's Joseph for the Tigers. He's been infringed, and Aaron Joseph, who was so effective at Carlton for many years as a tagger, has become quite an effective player for Glenelg too, playing mainly in defence. It's a nice kick and a very nice mark from Nicholson. He's away and running the youngster, puts the Tigers back inside 50, and Hosey pulls down a big grab. He's kicked 3 today, 1 in each of the quarters. He'll go back and line up for 4 now. And if he kicks this, it would just about seal the deal for the Bays, putting them out to a 7-goal lead. You'd back him, 30 out straight in front. So Hosey for his 4th and the Bay's 15th. Makes no mistake, Glenelg out to a 42-point lead. Just over a minute gone in this final quarter.
And that was fantastic play by Carl Nicholson to be able to identify the one-on-one forward of the ball and accelerate the game and kick the ball and put it in the air for Hosey. He's so strong there, but he's also strong on the ground, and he's providing a tough task there for Marini to be able to defend him at the moment. And just that athleticism again, being able to hold strong in that contest, hold his feet and twist and come down with that mark was absolutely outstanding.
Bays by 7 goals with that goal to Hosey, his 4th. Ellis Yeoman to Hunter back in the middle. The big man kicks to half forward. Signorello trapped it well. He runs away with a bounce, gets to 30, curls the kick back, but it goes right across the face and through for a behind. Promising build-up, but not the finish for Signorello or the Crows. They go to 8-7-55. Glenelg 15-6, 96. 2 minutes gone in this final quarter as Glenelg bring it back into play. Off hands, out of bounds, throw-in will result. Looked promising there, Signorello, but just couldn't get the finish on it.
Yeah, I think he probably could have kicked it just a little earlier before pressure arrived. I think that throwing in the extra bounce, I think the kick sort of ended up becoming urgent, and he decided to snap it and end up kicking the belly of the ball and missing on the far side.
Byers' boundary throw-in goes well away from the ruckman. Ellis Yeoman was good to Boyle. Now a chance for Gibson for Adelaide. Back inside 50, Curran good. Knocked it down. Signorello back there towards Connolly. Ellis Yeoman had it, lost it, goes in again, does well to Wilson. Wilson snap on the goal, bounces away, through for a behind. So a couple of behinds for Adelaide. After Glenelg kicked the first goal to Hosey, that goal thanks to our friends at Bone Timber, a 5th generation family business. Since 1919, they would have been very happy with that goal from Hosey, I'm sure. As the ball on the wing, speak of the man, Hosey working hard. Little handball came out from Snook only as far as Lonergan. He chips short to Boyle, defensive 50. Boyle kicks up towards the wing. Wilson's got it now. He kicks to half forward. Hunter there, knocked away by Curran and out of play. And we'll see the boundary throw-in result. He spent a bit of time on that outer wing this afternoon. It'll be Uber Gang up against Hunter in the ruck. Wouldn't even really reach them in the end. Hunter shoveled it out. Little handball came towards Hill. In the end, the Bays through Ian Malira got it out towards player there in Sawford. Contest continues at ground level. And the ball up is the result. So a 40-point lead to the Bays. 96 plays 56. Gibson at the restart. Knocked it out towards the line, and off hands the throw-in will result. So the game just getting in a bit of a lull early days in this last quarter. The Bays in a very strong position. Had to work hard for it, but they've got there. Hunter won it down. Paddles it along the ground. Sawford in there on hands and knees for the Bays. Ball comes out. Ellis Yeoman tackled. And again, the Crows from the restart. Ellis Yeoman, handballs over the top to Paholke, back to Ellis Yeoman in the 1-2. His little chip kick just through the fingertips of Signorello. Proud at the back, a rare error. Handball to Ellis Yeoman. Now a chance for a shot on goal from Connolly. Didn't go far. Signorello got the handball out. Himmelberg to Davis. He snaps from the top of the goal square. But again, the behind the result. So 39 points the Bays lead by as Curran marks deep in defence for Glenelg. 4.5 gone in this last quarter. Kick towards the outer wing. Hill working hard for Adelaide, couldn't take it, close. Got it to White, under pressure. His kick went straight to Paholke. Scrappy stuff at the moment as Paholke's kick taken by McCarthy at defensive 50 to Curran. Ball leaks its way inside 50 for the Crows. Wilson wrestling, got the kick out, ricocheted off Davis. Now a chance for Glenelg to clear his shot. Got it in the 1-2 from Sawford. Kicks towards the clubroom wing, the members' wing, where Ian Malera takes the mark. Goes short. Snook was good. Loads up the kick inside 50. Hosey lurking. Knocks it towards the player there in Reynolds, who hooks it back. Only as far as the Crows' Gibson. And he has a chance to clear as he goes towards the outer side and finds Ellis Yeoman. So Adelaide stopping the Glenelg charge. Perhaps only momentarily as the kick. No, Hill did well. Couldn't mark it but recovered nicely. Got the handball to Gibson. Kicks to half forward. And the stumbling block this time for the Crows is Joseph. So Joseph at right half back for Adelaide. Looking to settle things down. Goes towards the wing, over the head of Nicholson, out of bounds on the full. Crows to get the free, and yeah, the sting's got out of the contest, and it's a few little errors starting to creep in, Robbie.
Yeah, there is, and a few tired boys out there, I think, as well. But no, the ball drop today has been really tough for all the players, and kicking to this primary school, and most of the kicks, full-blooded, are going about 33 metres at the moment.
At half-back, ball off hands. Shot gave to Close, dispossessed. Quick kick from Jarman inside 50. Woolard trapped it for the Bays. Went short to Reynolds. And Reynolds now comes back towards the middle of the ground, searching for Snooky. Was spoiled, recovered nicely. Glenelg working it out. Sawford was good. Long kick towards 50. Hosey caught just behind Malera, crumbing beautifully. That was Ian. Gave to Terry, back to Ian. He's at 50. Loads up the kick, Ian Malera, and kicks a great goal. Malera, in a game that was just puttering along, shows us his skill. And Glenelg go further in front. They go to 16-6. 102, Adelaide 8-9-57 on the Telstra scoreboard. We've gone about 8.5 minutes in this final quarter, and Malera has just kicked the goal for him, goal number 2 for the afternoon. So 4 goals between Terry and Ian this afternoon for the Bays.
You can't buy class at times, yeah. And that was just fantastic composure there from Malera, and in difficult conditions kicking forward, and he was able to hit that on the fly, kicked it a good 45 metres, and fantastic shot.
Speaking of shots, it's Tom's shot from the middle, kicking towards half forward where it's trapped by Reynolds only momentarily. Hill comes through. Unlucky not to have 3 today in Malera. He crumbed beautifully at one stage in the second quarter, but his kick just a bit inaccurate, but he's played well as Signorello. Wonderful pass into the arms of Connolly, who's got it 40 out straight in front, looking to steady things down, the lad from Trinity Old Scholars. We'll go back and line up for goal. Playing number 49, playing game number 3 today for the Adelaide State League side. Looking to put a little bit of respectability on the scoreboard. 45 points. Glenelg lead by. Got very close to the man on the mark, but that didn't affect the kick as it's gone straight through. So a goal to Connolly for the Crows, and Adelaide go to 9-9-63. Glenelg 16-6, 102 on the Telstra scoreboard. We've gone 9.5 minutes in this final quarter, and while they're out of the contest, it's fair to say Adelaide clearly don't want to be blown out the water this afternoon, as they're doing their best to keep it respectable.
Yeah, that's right, and that was it took a funny path towards goal, the shot from Connolly, and it seemed to come off the side of his boot, but the wind was able to bring it back, and was able to travel the distance. But yeah, Adelaide just need to finish this up here and just see if they can force Glenelg to defend and not generate so many free players behind the ball, and just so they've got something to go to, and they can actually move the ball with a bit more fluency.
It was White, rucked and roved in the middle. Reynolds couldn't take it inside 50. Shot, little kick out, only went as far as Williams. As Hill, should I say. And now a chance for Wilson. Gets the handball out. Earlham's kick knocked back inside 50. Crows player tackled to ground. We'll see a ball up. There's Marini getting up off the bottom of the pack. We're in Guernsey number 70 for Adelaide. Ubergang wins it down. Quick kick out of danger by Paholke, but not for long as White takes a good mark. Middle of Glenelg oval. White goes back. Kicks inside 50. Hosey caught behind. Was he hung on to? No. Head over the ball. Paholke pressured there by Motlop. Ball did come out in the end, but the umpire's whistle had gone. So we'll get that ball up inside the 50 for the Tigers. They lead by 39 points. 12 minutes gone now in this final term. It's Paholke to Hill. His kick out towards the wing, bouncing football. Slade will get there first for the Tigers. Got it back to McCarthy, to Curran. Didn't get a great bounce. Good work from Lorna to Boyle. And now Gibson hooks it back. Chalmers, good defensive mark. They're just getting in front of Haddon and saving the day for the Bays. Chalmers kicks up towards halfback, bouncing football. Ubergang trapped it nicely over the top to Nicholson. Nicholson run down. Bouncing ball, grubbering ball. Malira trapped it middle of the ground. Immediately tackled there by Ellis Yeoman. And the ball up will result. It's the game playing out to its conclusion at the moment as Adelaide through Signorello. Right up to Asfaha. Little kick didn't go far, trapped by Woolard. Put Glenelg back towards half forward. Bouncing ball rolls past everyone. And then it's Reynolds who traps it. Snaps back at the goals and kicks a beauty. Luke Reynolds trapped that rolling, bouncing ball that sort of dog-legged away from everyone. And he has 3 for the afternoon, does Reynolds. 13 and a half gone final term. And Glenelg 17-6-108. Adelaide 9-9-63.
Well, he doesn't need many possessions to be able to impact the game, Luke Reynolds, and he's had his 10th disposal and his 3rd goal. So he's one of those guys, he won't just dwell on if he's having a quiet day. He'll continue to press on because he knows he can actually change things around in a matter of moments. And another example of his unique talent there.
It was a classic example. Just wonderful skill from Reynolds, former Port Adelaide player. As White from the middle kicks towards half forward. Gibson was dragged off it. Crows, Glenelg go forward through Sawford. Hosey there has a bit of an airy. And the ball goes out of play. And Adelaide will get the free kick in that left back pocket. Short pass, looking there for Hill. It's the right idea from Thorellison, but it was a bad execution. Reynolds has just intercepted and said, thank you very much, I'll kick my 4th. And the Bays go out to a game-high 51-point lead at the 14.5-minute mark of this last quarter. But we talk about Reynolds' skill, Robbie. They just left it open for him there and he bolted through the door.
Yeah, and I suppose the short kick coming back into the corridor was, at this stage, it's not going to impact anything, but it's probably something they might have need to probably just assume the situation that they were 4 points in front, and that's probably need to take it more skinny side and get the ball up and get some numbers around a boundary throw-in again and move the ball up from there. But, probably a little risky given the conditions today.
So Hosey has 4, Reynolds has 4. White off the ground in the middle. The Tigers really starting to get away with this one now as Hill breaks from half-back for Adelaide. High kick back towards half forward. Proud, good grab opposed to Davis. Been very good as Curran, who kicks towards the wing. Nicholson there, spoiled by Gibson. The back, Snook chips it up to Reynolds. Can he make it 5? All of which have been in the second half, should I say. He won't go for 5. He goes looking for a teammate in Malira, but over his head. And Thorellison takes the mark deep in defence for Adelaide. Brings it out wide. Marini. Now Gibson to Boyle. Boyle links up with Jarman. Back to Boyle. Goes over the top to Gibson. Adelaide doing quite well with the handball as Lorna takes it, runs to half forward. Not a great kick though. Woolard will get it on the bounce at defensive 50. Gives to Snook at half back. Snook to Bradley. Bradley up to Sawford. Sawford's little kick finds Nicholson. And Glenelg a chance to build here as Nicholson has it on that outer wing. Not a lot on offer for him at the moment. He just decides to go long and kick inside 50. Reynolds lurking off hands. Ellis Yeoman trapped it for the Crows. Will clear the zone. Out towards Boyle at half back, who goes to Lorna, who takes the grab for Adelaide. No play on the call. Got it up to Earlham under pressure. He found Gibson. And now Adelaide again a chance to clear as Boyle finds Himmelberg on that outer wing. Himmelberg who's had to run all over the ground today. Has played up forward, has played down in defence. Got the footy on the outer wing now. Have to do some more running. He's got a 25-metre penalty. This will take him to just outside 50 and probably within range for Himmelberg. Doesn't look confident about taking the shot. We'll go with the long kick instead. Pop it up to the top of the goal square and Proud gets in the way and takes the saving mark yet again for the Bays. They lead by 51 points. 17 and a half gone in this fourth quarter. And one of the reasons they've been so good today is that man Max Proud, who's led from the front down there in defence. He finds Nicholson. Nicholson out towards the outer wing. Himmelberg gets a fist on it, goes out of play. It's a tough day for Himmelberg, Robbie. He's a big man. It wasn't always great conditions for the big guys in that first half with the rain and the wet ground, but he's tried hard, but just it's not easy getting into the contest.
Yeah, that's right, and yeah, aerially, I mean, he competes, and that's all you can ask for from your tall guys, and yeah, he'll have his days where he'll be able to get some separation and get him on the lead or take some marks one-on-one, but yeah, he competes really well, and he's still only 20 years of age. He's a real find. I reckon he's had a terrific year for the Crows.
As Glenelg going back to go forward. Slade to Proud. Now Bradley. Deep inside defensive. If he goes short and finds Sawford. Himmelberg there on the mark. And Sawford at defensive 50. Comes towards half forward. Reynolds knocked it down. Taken by Gibson. Earlham now lends support to Edwards. And Adelaide a chance again to get it away from their defensive half through Gibson to Boyle. As Boyle just chips short and finds Lorna. 51 points the lead to Glenelg as we're approaching time on in this final quarter. Himmelberg drops what he normally would have taken. Nicholson to Bradley. Over the top to McCarthy. Tackled by a couple of Crows boys, including Connolly. But Glenelg still get away with it as the kick there from Motlop puts them back inside 50. Malira one-on-one with Asfahar, and a nice effort by Malira. Snaps back to the goals and he kicks another one for the Bays. And Ian Malira gets his third. As I said, Reynolds has 4, Ian Malira 3, and Hosey with 4. And the Bays really taking control now. They go further ahead on the Telstra scoreboard. 19-6, 120 should I say. Adelaide 9-9-63. Luke Reynolds, not surprisingly, the player spotlight in this quarter, and that's thanks to Gliderol providing state-of-the-art garage doors for over 40 years. He's had a very busy second half, very busy in this fourth quarter.
He's had 12 possessions and he's kicked 4 goals straight, Luke Reynolds. He's made the most of his opportunities, definitely.
Just into time on as the Crows go inside 50. Here's a chance of Big Himmelberg. Hooks it back towards the goals. Bouncing football off the ground. Chance for goal there from Signorello, and he gets the goal for Adelaide. So some late compensation. Adelaide get their 10th, 10-9-69. Glenelg 19-6, 120. Just check the monitor. Was it Signorello coming through there, or
was it the Signorello or Davis?
just wait and double check that. Signorelli came charging through. Davis was in the vicinity, but
both of them were goal side of their opponents, so it came off one of those players' feet. Certainly a goal, and I initially thought it was Davis. But
yeah, it was Davis. In fact, you're right. Well spotted, Robbie. He gets his third. Signorello was there, but didn't get the boot on ball. So he stays at the moment just with the one goal. But Davis now the leading goal scorer for the Crows with those 3 goals. So back in the middle. Goals, well, there's been a fair few of them today. Azubagang, high kick back inside 50. Motlop there, didn't get a hand on it. Malira at the back, he'll kick another one. He's got 4 down, Malira. 3 of them in this final quarter. And Glenelg go to 21-9, 21-6, 126. And 26-126 to 10-9-69. 30 goals scored today. And Malira has scored 4 of them. That is Ian Malira's 4th.
Well, there were 4 one-on-ones forward of the ball from that centre clearance, and it was Reynolds, Motlop, Malira and Hosey. So it was looking very, very dangerous right from the start for Adelaide, and as a result they were able to get one over the back, and Malira was able to finish. But certainly dangerous players inside the 50-metre up for the Bays.
Yeah, 4 goals now each to Reynolds, Ian Malira and Hosey. And you got Terry Malira there with 2 as well, as the Crows break towards 50. Kick inside. Proud does well, knocks it down. Edwards got a hand on it. Coming through Hunter. Himmelberg there, wrestled and tackled by White, and the ball up results. So while it has certainly been Glenelg's contest for most of this second half, they've kept pushing it, the Tigers, and they've had some good results. They'll be pleased with those numbers in terms of goal scoring. They'll be pleased with the way they've pushed the lead out, as Haddon's kick taken by Bradley deep in defence to Proud. Oh, great grab, Reynolds over the top of the pack. He is having an absolute day out in the second half. He's kicked 4 goals, and that was an absolute specky from Luke Reynolds as he kicks towards the wing. Kick probably the only thing that's let him down. Out of play, Adelaide will get the free. It was either on the full or last possession. Thorelderson, the boy from Flagstaff Hill, will take it. And the umpire's now had a 25-metre penalty as well. But I know we've talked a lot about him, Robbie, but Reynolds' game has just been really, just found another level in this second half.
Yeah, especially if he's certainly matched up against someone who's his size or a bit smaller. I mean, he's tough to defend there, and you probably need someone with some good speed, but probably just a little taller than him to make him stretch when he gets on those leads that he can provide from time to time.
The Rellison's kick inside 50, off hands. Ellis Yeoman got the handball out towards Haddon. It's very close over at Woodville at the moment. Of course, a lot riding on that game for those two sides as Reynolds kicked towards the wing, taken by Thorelderson. Asfahar at half back. Little chip kick. Found Gibson. Gibson over the top. As the South by a goal over the Eagles at Woodville there. They upset perhaps brewing here at Glenelg. It's the Tigers comfortably as the kick from Paholke inside 50. Woolard trapped it, got it towards Slade. He got it out to McCarthy. McCarthy to Close. He'll go short back towards Proud. Glenelg 20 goals, 6, 126. Adelaide 10-9, 69. As Snook has it at defence, a 50 for the Tigers. It'll be interesting with a week to go before the finals. Top 5 has been decided, but the makeup of those teams and who will finish where. And South have defeated the Eagles by a goal, which will make things interesting in the run home to see who gets the double chance. As Lonergan to Earlham. Gets it off there to Fogarty. And now Gibson with the kick to Himmelberg at half forward. Of course, you get all the finals action on the SANFL Digital Pass and also the SANFL Radio on the website or on the app throughout September. It's been an exciting year And we're looking forward to bringing you the major round action as the ball up, the result 40 out from the Crows' goal. They trail by 57 points as Davis, who's kicked 3 today, their leading goal scorer, tackled to ground. 26 and a half gone in the final quarter. It's been a high scoring, at times entertaining game, but certainly you'll enjoy it a lot more if you're a Bays fan. This ball close to the line, Sawford and Edwards doing their best to keep it in. And now the boundary throw-in will result. Right. Play on is the call. The Crows to half forward. They kick searching for Wilson. Wilson, 55 from goal, tackled. Got it out towards Haddon. Haddon's little give back. Sets a task for his teammate, who's pressured all the way. That's Marini at forward 50 for the Crows. And the umpire comes in and says, we'll ball this one up. We've seen some tired players out there. Hunter wins it down. Gibson hooks the kick back towards the top of the goals. Curran, Himmelberg almost pinched it at the back. Goes in again. And the umpire happy to ball it up. 25 out from the Crows' goal. As Hunter winning it down. Good tackle by Wilson. The stalemates continue. Final siren, I was about to say, can't be too far away, and there it is. Putting the Crows fans out of their misery. Glenelg will enjoy it though. They get the win, 20 goals, 6-126 to Adelaide, 10-9-69, 57 points, the final margin. It was a very solid performance by the Bays and a deserved victory as we look at the leading goal scorers for the Tides, thanks to Telstra Store Glenelg. Lockie Hosey with 4, Ian Malira with 4, and Luke Reynolds with 4. Then 2 to Terry Malira and singles to Motlop.